Doing today? So I'm recording this lesson today from Unacademy's office, and we've just finished the today's event at Bangalore, and I've just came back to office and recording these lessons so that your studies are not compromised and your preparations are not compromised. So I've tried to analyze as much as possible from today's Hindu. So today is 21st of December 2016, and this will be presented to you by me, Dipanshu Singh. And you can also follow me in Unacademy on that link, and do rate, review, and subscribe to this course and recommend it to your friends as well. So the first opinion is regarding one of the verdicts which was given in the past few days from Uttarakhand High Court regarding non-killing of man-eaters, specifically the animals who have become man-eaters. So just like the Article 21 of the Constitution, which ensures that no person shall be deprived of his life and personal liberty except in accordance to the procedures established by law. Therefore, a wild animal has this privilege and his right that it cannot also be deprived of its life and personal liberty. That is what is mentioned in the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. And the law governing the subject of wildlife, especially the Wildlife Act of 1972, does not discriminate between animals found in protected areas and outside. Then, as per the law, the animals are not the property of the government. That's one of the important issues with this judgment. And otherwise, also. The recommendation which has been given is that if an animal becomes a man-eater and poses danger to human life, then or if the animal is disabled or has some disease and it can be ensured that the animal is not going to live beyond a certain period of time, then can actually the chief wildlife warden can decide what to do, and basically if they plan to kill the animal. But the imperative is that they should try as much as possible to neutralize that man-eater first, and then temporarily hold it in a zoo and then release it in a natural habitat. So this law is also applicable, this provision is also applicable to wild animals which are listed in Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, which includes leopards as well. So the next article is regarding the unorganized sectors and unorganized households, manufacturing sectors, and what are the issues plaguing them. So obviously within the unorganized sector, there was a study which says that it reveals that they have almost similar performance if compared to organized sector, but however, obviously organized sector will have a much better performance due to various other factors. They're part of a formal economy. There's certain guidelines, there are certain labor laws, and more importantly, the unorganized sectors are also not able to benefit the process of rapid economic growth. There's no trickle down effect for the unorganized sector, because obviously the government is working on that, trying to bring them into formal economy. But the issue with that there is an infrastructure issue, and otherwise also most of the unorganized sector units, particularly ones that are operated by households who are located in remote and rural areas. So that is one of the issues. And apart from that, within unorganized manufacturing, household-based units with one family labor are known to be much less efficient if you compared with that known as establishment or with the non-household manufacturing units. Therefore, it is an important policy question, and it's imperative of the government then whether the unorganized manufacturers should be helped to restructure the economy, and increasingly, from household, whether they can help in moving this economy and shift the economy from household units to establishments. The next opinion was about the recent controversy regarding the appointment of the Army Chief of Army Staff. So as you know that Lieutenant General Bipin Rawat will be superseding two commanders, and there has been a lot of issue and voices raised by the opposition regarding it. So there has been a general trend which has been followed, that the government generally appoints the senior most officer as the next Chief of Staff. But however, under the existing norms, there are a set of names, basically three names, which are sent through the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, which is headed by the Prime Minister, which obviously finally decides the successor. But it's the prerogative of the government. They have the right to appoint whosoever they wish to, depending on the competency and the seniority level. It's no written rule that only the senior most officer will be appointed, and it's the discretionary power of the government. The next way are the news of other important national news and national and international page news. So the first one is regarding the ban on Christmas market attack. The Berlin Christmas market attack. So there was an attack day before yesterday as well, and therefore also a killing of the Russian diplomat, the ambassador to Turkey in Turkey as well. So these issues can be linked with ISIS, and obviously there's an issue with Syria and the conflict going on in Syria as well. And NGT has refused to basically vacate stay on Bangalore steel flyover. There's an issue going on regarding in this particular flyover as well. So the 1761 crore proposal to build a steel flyover has come under severe criticism, obviously from various sections in Karnataka, and because it involves cutting around a lot of trees, and obviously it will cause a lot of harm to the environment, because obviously trees act as a carbon sink as well, and obviously maintain the temperature and the atmosphere. So the next article is reporting the central forces which have been rushed to Manipur because there's an economic blockade there as well, and there's a spate of violence in that region. And airlines will be fined for dumping waste in midair. That has been given. The order has been given by NGT, and the regulated DGCA will supervise this. And two key missile launches will take place this month. One is Agni 5, and other is Nirbhaya, that is a cruise missile. And India and Kyrgyzstan have signed multiple pacts for joint military exercise, which includes Khanjar 4 and Khanjar 2 exercise were held in 2015, and Khanjar 4 will be held this year next year in February and March, and Khanjar 3 was held in March and April 2016 in Gwalior. And apart from that, the first time Central Asian region, India had initiated telemedicine links with the Kyrgyz Republic last year, and now the Central Board of Secondary Education has said that it will make the class 10 boards exam to mandatory. Earlier it was optional. And Supreme Court may finally hear on a plea for tax reliefs for parties. So this petition has been filed on why ordinary persons are actually taxed while the political parties enjoy tax exemptions. And this issue obviously has a lot been in news, and there have been some objections from different sections of society as well. So guys, this is it for today's video. Thank you so much and have a good day.